to my YouTube channel. My name is Gabriel, your ICT tutor. In this new video, we shall be looking at paper 3 of the much anticipated May-June 2025 series. Typically, paper 3 lasts for 2 hours 15 minutes. This is variant 1, that is 0417, the syllabus code, and paper 3131, variant 1. So now let's look at the question. We'll be looking at the first part, which is website authoring of this paper. Typically, paper 3 has spreadsheet and website authoring. So I'm starting with website authoring. So stay with me. Now, the total mark for this paper is 70. As you can see, 70. Now, let's start. You have been supplied with the following source files: TR banner, TR develop, TR raising, TR test, TR text, and TR video. Okay, task 1, evidence document. Create a new word process document. In some other question, they would have given you the evidence document, but in this case, you are the one creating it. So the best place to create it in is in the folder. Okay, so I'm going to do that very quickly. So I have a folder that I used to save the source files. So I'll right click, go to new, and go to Microsoft Word document. So I'll call it, what's the name of the evidence document as the question as requested, J2531 evidence underscore. So I'm going to copy this, followed by your center number and candidate number. So I will rename this, followed by your center number underscore candidate number. Okay, good. So I'll click it open. So I have this. I go to the home tab, go to the insert header according to the instruction, 3 columns. So I pick the first one from candidate's name, center number. For the middle one, center number, and then candidate number. For the third one, candidate number. Okay, good, beautiful. So I can close header and footer. So the next instruction, so since I'm going to use it to take evidence, so I can edit this evidence 1. Okay, let me bold in this. So evidence 1. Okay, just to prepare for others. So I'll name this 2, 3, and 4. Okay, just to have them prepared. Now, then the next one is save this evidence document in your work area, followed by your center number and candidate number. For example, I've done that. You will need your evidence document during the examination to place screenshot when required. So task 2, file management. Create a new folder called racing. A new folder called racing. So I'm going to select this, a new folder. So I go, create it. I'll right click new, and I'll call it racing as the question asks me. Then after that, the next thing I will do, locate only the following files and store them in your racing folder. So in my source file folder, I'm going to copy this out and paste it in the racing folder. So let me quickly do that. This is my source file folder. So this is needed. This is part of it. This is part of it. And this 5. So I'm going to copy that and go paste it in my racing folder. Okay, then I paste it. All right, so that is done. Then the next thing is display the content of your racing folder, showing the folder name and all file names. Okay, so I will come here, right click, and I see folder name and other things. So folder name, that's F. I'll go to F, folder name. File extension is already there, folder name. Okay, then dimension, image dimension, that is D, dimension. Okay, what else? Frame height, that's F, frame height, and frame width as the question I've asked. So I will say okay. Then I have all of that, so I can double tap this so I can see it clearly. Good. good, good. So I have all of this done. So what's the next thing? Let's see what the instruction says next. So take a screenshot of this folder, making sure that the required information is clearly visible. Place it in your evidence document for 1 mark. So what I will do is I'll take the screenshot of this, okay, and I'll go paste it in my evidence document. So here's my evidence document. I'll click here and paste it. So I have that as my first evidence. Okay, then the next instruction for tax 3 web page. You create a web page to advertise Tawara Racing, who race motor cars. So create in your racing folder a web page called racing.htm. Now, the first thing I normally tell candidates is this. Now, depending on the software you are using for your web development, in my case, I'm using Expression Web. Whatever you might be using, whether you're using Notepad or any other one, okay? So the first thing I do is I'm going to launch Expression Web. You see the way I would do that? Expression Web. All right. So when it is opened this way, the first thing I do, and I'll tell you the benefit of that, is I go to site to open the folder. Of course, every file you need in your web creation needs to be stored in the same folder. So the first thing I do is I go to site, I go to open site. If I have created the folder like I've done, I'll browse the folder. The name of the folder is Raising, and I say okay, open. You will see the folder listing all the files inside the folder already. So here we have it. That's the first thing. So the next thing is that the question says create inside your racing folder a web page called racing. So what I will do is that I'll go to file, new HTML file, then it comes up this way. Then I'll attempt to save it. By the time I want to save it, you will see that it will be saved inside the racing folder. So that's when you know it's correct. And they say you should call it racing.htm. All right. Then you click save. So you have that. That is done. Okay. Then the next thing is they said this web page must be created using a single table and it works in all browsers. This table must be left aligned, take note, and fit 90% of the browser window. Okay, and the table must have a structure as shown in this diagram. So the first thing you need to understand is the structure of the table. Looking at this table has it has 2 columns, as you can see, 2 columns and 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So that's the first thing you need to know. When you have mastered that, it will be easier for you to insert it using the design view of the what you see is what you get software. In my case, I'm using Expression Web. So what I will do is while my cursor is here, I'll just go to table to insert the table, insert table. Then how many columns, how many rows do I have in the question? So I have 4 rows, 2 columns. So 4 rows, 2 columns. Also, the border size, I can set it to 1. Okay. Then it's in percentage. And they said the width should be 90%. So I'll put 90, then I put it in percent. Is that okay? So I say okay. So I have this. You can see the width is specified to 90%. Also, you can, since you are still within the style, you can specify the border. So you can come here and specify the border. Let me put semicolon and go to B for border, and I specify border to be 1 pixel. Okay, so that is done so that I can have border lines. So having done this, you can see it in the what? In the code view. Whereas you can also go to design view, you see what you have done. You can also come to the split view so that you have the code view up here and the design view here. All right, having done that, the next thing is you need to merge the cells in the first row, okay, and label it A. So I'm going to do that now. So if I go to design view, I have the first row, so I'll select these two. Why? Because I want to merge it. So I right click on the selection, then I go to modify, I go to merge cells, then I label it A. That's the first thing. Then I go to the question, I label B and C, B and C. Then you notice that D and E, the cells there were merged, so I'll select this, right click, modify, merge cell, and I'll call it D. I'll do for E2, select this, right click, modify, and call it E. All right, that is done. That's the first thing. Then the next thing is that each table cell is identified with a letter which must not appear on your final web page. So if that is the case, table borders must appear on the final web page for 6 marks. That is very important. So take note of that. So the next thing is set the title of the web page to Tawara Racing. So I can select this, copy, Tawara Racing. So that is the title of the web page, Tawara Racing, for 1 mark. So all what I need to do is I can do it in the code view. In the code view, I'll just go to where I have title, okay, and I'll change this on title, or I can just go to file, save it first. After you have saved it first, come to file, then go to properties, then you can come to title. Instead of on title, paste Tawara Racing and say okay. So you see that it has changed the title. Either way, it will be fine. Then having done that, the next thing to do is place in cell A the image TR banner. Okay, that's what the question is saying, cell A. So you can wish to do it in the code view. Just replace the A, delete backspace A, and pick the TR banner, drag it inside cell A. Then this prompt will come asking you the alternate text. Every image you insert must have an alternate text. Okay, so for me, I can call it Tawara banner, Tawara Racing banner. That's TR banner. Okay, and you see, okay, you can see that. Then the next thing is in cell B, put a video and source tags to display TR video.mp4. So I'm going to do this in the code view. This is a 7-mark question, so it's something that you cannot afford to lose any mark. So you do it carefully to get the full mark. So let's go. So I'll do it in the code view. So I'm doing for B, so I'll replace this B. So but let me go do it in the code view. So while my cursor is here, I'm going to delete B. All right, so this is where I want to put the video tag. So I'll press enter just to create some space. So I'm going to use the video tag, video, and close. So I press the enter button. Now you will see that in the question they also say you make use of the source tag. So you are going to have it this way. Okay, now these are the 3 lines. These are the 3 lines of code that you're going to have. You can see it, video, source, and closing of the video tag. Now each of them has the attribute that they accept. So let's see. Now for the first one, make sure that the controls are visible. Now controls are the playback control that you have in a video on a web page. So you come here and put control, just spell it correctly with letter S, controls. That's the first thing. Then they said the video loops when played, so that is the video will repeat itself automatically. So you can put loop space loop, you can see that. So if I save, yeah, so that I can preview, then under source tag we have the attribute for source tag. The 2 major attributes are src. The first one, put src equals, it will ask you for the name of the video file, and it will be put in speech marks. As you can see, what's the name of the video file? trvideo.mp4. So you are going to type it correctly, trvideo.mp4. You have to type that correctly. So after the first attribute, which is src for source, the file name or the video, then you come and press space, then you put the type of file, put type equals to, and that will be a video file slash mp4. We have different kind of video files, so mp4 is the one we have here. So having done that, you can save and preview. Save, go to file, preview from any of the installed browsers, and you see how it looks. Wow, beautiful, beautiful. So you can see that, beautiful. Okay, then the borderline is not showing, so you might need to go back and make sure that the borderline is showing so that you can see it properly. you'll see that they ask us that the table should align to the left. So you have to ensure that is done. Let me do that for you again. So what you need to do is, you see the table style, the width is this, border is 1 pixel, and it appears as though it's not showing. So I'm going to do that now. Border style, okay. Design view, table, select it, go to table properties, border is 1, okay. Then alignment, instead of default, take it to left, because the question has asked you, and you can do border left. So that's apply, and let's say okay, good. So that's the first thing. Then the next thing you do is make sure that the controls, we have done that. Then display an automated text-based error message if the browser does not support this video. So how do you do that? Just go to the code view, and then here you do after the source, just press the enter button and say file format not supported, not supported. Okay, that is text-based error message in case the browser will not be able to play the video file. So let me save and then reload. Let's see. Okay, good. So you see that it's coming up gradually as we have been asked to do. So the next thing you do, you go back. All right, is so for the fact that the question says the table must be left aligned, so we can do that in the code view. Let me just do that for you. So just come here under the style, you have specified the width to 90%, just put semicolon here and go to margin right. So the margin right, because you want it to align to left, you are going to use margin right and pick auto. So that means it should automatically create margin for the right hand side so that the table can, stay at the left. That's why it's going to be margin right auto. Another thing is that it should have a border line. So you can just put a border and let it have 1 pixel. That is solid, 1 pixel. Okay, good. So with this, you save and you preview to see how it looks. Okay, good. You can see the table is to the left and all the border lines are showing. Okay, this is good enough. So let's continue with the question. Also, you realize that I've done the title, but then I was working on display an automated text-based error message if the browser does not support this video, which I have done. You can see that file format not supported by your browser, okay, or by your browser. So anything like this will work. Okay. Then the next thing is, let's see the next instruction. So all of this will earn you 7 marks. Okay, please take note. But then there's something I want us to pay attention. Let's go to the preview. You realize that the banner is not filling up the entire width of the cell, the first row. So we can just do that, even though the question did not say anything about that, but just for us to prove that we know what we are doing. So you can do that in the design view first. Select the banner, right click and go to picture properties. Come to appearance tab, uncheck specify size since no specific sizes were given. After you have done that, say okay. So if you go back to the code view, you will see that the inherited dimensions are gone. Then you can come here and press space bar and go to style. When you go to style, pick style, then you pick width. With the width, pick 100%. Why 100%, you may ask? What you're saying is that the space you have here, this image should fill it up 100% because specific dimensions were not given, so you cannot give specific size. So what you can do is that say, let the image fill up the space 100%. So that's why the dimension was used in percentage. Please take note of that. So if I save it now and I reload the browser, you will see what would have happened. Okay, good. You see that it has filled up the space for the banner. So this is beautiful. Okay, good. Now let's continue. So we are done with this 7 mark. Beautiful work done here. So the next thing is enter in cell C the text from the file trtext.txt. So all what you need to do is just go to your expression web or whatever what you see is what you get software you're using, and double click on the tr text like I have it. Then it opens up. You can see the text I want to copy. So all what you can do, you can right click and say select all, or just click on it and go to edit and click select all. It's the same thing. Then go back here and say copy. You have copied it. So come to the racing tab, then go to the design view. They say you should put it where you have C. So click inside the cell C, delete C, and paste the text you have copied. Just come here and say paste text, plain text. Okay, it has been pasted, as you can see. So what's the next thing the question wants you to do? Set this text as style H3. So the text you have just pasted, select everything in the cell for that text and come to the heading style menu and pick H3. All right, so you have done that. Then the next thing to do is enter in cell D the texts. Click here. So I'm going to copy the entire text. Click here to find out more about our exciting developments, or here for job opportunities. Having copied this, I'll go and paste it in cell D according to the instructions. So I'll delete cell letter D and paste what I've copied. Paste plain text. Okay, that is pasted. Then what's the next thing according to the instruction? According to the instruction, enter in cell E the text web page created by. So I copy it, followed on a no line by your name, center number, and candidate number on a no line. So I'll come here. So I'll paste it. Okay, on a new line. So I'm going to press enter. So I'll put candidate's name, center number, and the candidate's number. Okay, now what's the next instruction? Let's see. The next instruction says that set all the text in cells D and E as style H2. So what I'm going to do is that I'll select this as style H2, cell D, style H2. I'll select this also as style H2. Beautiful. Then I can save and let me preview it. File, preview in browser. Oh, beautiful. This is nice. Okay, this is nice. Okay, let me go back to the question now. So make the text exciting developments a link to open the web page trdevelopment.html in a new window called _blank. So I will locate exciting developments. Okay, and you will see that it is here in this exciting development. Select it, including the S. Then so you do that in the what you see is what you get software. You have selected it. Then you go to insert and go to hyperlink. Click on the hyperlink, it comes up. Now after that, what else they say you should make it to open a new web page. So after you have done that, you go to existing file or web page, because they say you should open a new web page. So you click a new web page. What's the web page? They say you should do that CR develop. So you click it, CR develop. Then they say you should open in a new window. So you go to target frame and pick new window. The new window is called _blank as you have it. So you say OK. Then you click OK. That is done. You see it's an hyperlink now. It is underlined. Okay. Then the next thing is make the text job opportunities a link to an email editor. Job opportunities. Where job opportunities? Oh, select job opportunities. So you use the same thing, that is hyperlink. Then in this case, you are going to make it email link. You click on email. So where did they say you should put it? They said you should send it as a link to Tawara Racing at Cambridge. So you do that, Tawara Racing at Cambridge, copy. So email address will be, you paste it. Now you notice after you have pasted, there's a keyword called mail to. This is a keyword for HTML for an email link. Do not delete it, just leave it there. Then the question says you should have a subject line called job opportunities. So copy this as subject line, job opportunities, and put it in the subject box, paste. All right. Then after you say okay, find out if there's any other thing. So this will end you see smile, okay. So this email link, this normal hyperlink. Then after that, attach the style sheet trracing.css to your web page. Now, before you do that, save your work. See the way it looks. Now, to attach style sheet, you have this menu here, attach style sheet. Before you do that, you can go to the code view and see everything you have done. See the code for it. This is the anchor and everything is neatly done. So click on attach style sheet. Before attaching style sheet, you can see how your head session looks like. So go to attach style sheet, browse. Then you see the style sheet CR Racing, open, and make sure it is on link, current page, and say okay. You see the new style sheet you added or you attached is added in the code view, as you can see. So what has happened, you will see that. So all what you need to do is save your work. Let's see the question. After you have attached the style sheet, let's even preview to know what to do first. Wow, the style sheet has affected. Okay, you can see that the style sheet has affected the layout or the formatting of the web page. This is beautiful, right? So the next thing, let's go back to the question. Edit this style sheet so that the table borders are not collapsed. Now let me explain that. Look at this. There were two border lines here, the cell and the table. They were separate before, but now by default in the style sheet it has been set to collapse, so it has become single border lines. So but they said you should set it. Okay, so what you need to do is go back to your file and go and open the style sheet. Just click on the style sheet here. You have it. Now on that table, as you can have, look at border collapse, but they said you should make it not to collapse. So how do you do that? Just click on it here. The entire table tag will be selected. Right click on it and go to modify style. Now when you go to modify style, all these bolded categories are what we edited in this tag. So the one we are going is table. Actually, look at border collapse. So if you go and click on more option, you see separate. Now separate is the opposite of collapse. That is, if it is collapsed, it will not be separated. If it is separated, it will not be collapsed. So in this case, we are picking separate. So when you click that, click on apply. You see that from border collapse that change to separate and say okay. Now to see what has happened, save this and go back to your HTML page, save it again, and go and preview your browser, and you see that it was collapsed before, but it has become separate. You can see the individual border lines. That's when you know you have done the correct thing. Then after that, the question says save this style sheet. So or what you need to do is to save the style sheet. Just click here, save. This is the style sheet, save it. Okay, then after that, save your web page, which I have done. Take a copy of your HTML source and place this in your evidence document. In the past, I have seen many candidates. I've worked with hundreds of candidates. I realize that they don't know what the source code is. Source code is the HTML code. So you go, not the CSS code, HTML code. You come to the HTML file and copy the entire code. How do you do that? Just come in there, come to edit and say select all. Everything is selected. Come back to edit and say copy. Everything will be copied. Then go to your evidence document. That will form your evidence 2. Click here and paste the entire code and do not tamper with it. Okay, after you have pasted, Look at the next instruction. Display your web page in a web browser. If necessary, resize it so that the full page can be seen, all text can be easily read, the address bar is visible. So after you have copied this, just come back, save this again, go back to file, go back to preview in browser, and you see everything. So what you can do here is um, you can resize the window so that you'll be able to copy it. Let me see whether can it go beyond this. It can't. Can it? Okay, it can. So this 33. I think I should be able to pick everything all at once like this. So I'll press print screen and I'll take it with the title. So everything is taken, and I'll copy it, and I go to my evidence document and I paste it. So I should make sure that it is clearly such that it can be seen when printed on printer. Okay, good. So having done that, the next thing is take screenshot of the evidence showing your web page in the browser and place this in your evidence document. And that's what I just did. So we have earned the mark for that, and the total mark for this web authoring is 29. And I can guarantee you, if you follow this step by step, your 100% is guaranteed, not just a star, because you have gotten everything in this question. So we have come to the end of this video on web authoring, May-June 2025, paper 3-1 variant 1. If you have any question, please go to this comment box and drop your questions. I'll attend to it very swiftly. Like this video, share with other people, and do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. By subscribing, you are supporting us to reach a whole lot of people, helping them do well in IGCSE ICT. So I'll see you in the next video on Spreadsheets. Bye for now.